Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, welcome back to another GT86 or FRS, kind of a GT86 now though. Technically, this was going to be episode number 4. Once I looked at the footage from what I call episode 3, the audio and everything was so bad, and if you watched episode 2, you kind of see what I'm talking about. I'm just going to use kind of the time lapses from that to show you exactly what we did, because from episode 2 you've seen that we disassembled everything, but now you see that there are some things put together. So we did get the new core support installed. I will show you the time lapse of it, and we did kind of test fit. The bumper is just held on by that one bolt right now, and I do have the hood latch on there, so I did test fit a couple more panels just kind of off camera to make sure everything that I ordered fit. Today we are going to assemble this entire front end. The only thing that we're not going to do is do the spot welds on the core support, because I want to mock everything up and make sure that the core support is in the right place. If you remember, the factory one is held on with 3 spot welds, so I want to mock everything up, get the new fender brackets bolted up. That will give us a pretty good indication of if this is going to line up correctly, because the last bolt for the fender bracket is on the core support, the other 2 is on the unibody. And it's the same thing for the other side, and honestly that's the side I'm worried about more. I feel like that side took a worse impact as far as all that goes. So we do have a new fender, new hood, the new bumper, and then the new core support. And so let's go ahead and jump into this. We're going to install the hood, the brackets on the fenders first, then we'll set the fenders up there, bolt them down, and then we'll test fit the hood and see exactly how all of this is going to line up. Alright guys, so here is our first time-lapse break of episode number 3, kind of /4. And we got both fender brackets and both fenders kind of just bolted up. I need to check really final fitment as far as if these fenders are on here right. It kind of appears that the headlights set back against the fenders instead of on top of them. So I'm going to check some pictures to see if that's exactly how it's supposed to be. But here is how it looks. The fender bracket went right on to the core support the way that it was supposed to. I just put the 4 bolts on that hold it. I need to put some double-sided tape on this, but door gap looks pretty good. It is not bolted behind this or at the bottom. It's just kind of sitting there, but the gap looks pretty spot on this side. Our hood hinge clears the fender just fine. So I guess we can go ahead and clip our bumper into this side just to test fit it. This is without the bumper brackets on the headlights, by the way. It's just kind of sitting on there. We'll get to those in just a little bit. I just wanted to make sure that all of these lines are going to line up, but I do have to order this little cover that pops in here. I did not know that the GT86 bumper did not have those, so I do have to order those as well. But I do have the grills, the small grills and the big grill. And on this side, which is the side I was kind of worried about, it's pretty much the same as over there. The gap that I was worried about looks much better over here. The only thing I'm worried about is those pinch welds at the bottom. We do have to do something about those because the fender will not set flush, so I'm gonna have to jack the car up, put it on jack stands, and see if I can straighten those out. But the door opens just fine. The gap looks much better. The fender may need to come back just a little bit, maybe a millimeter or 2 to get that gap completely flush. But for the first test fit, it looks pretty good. So guys, so far what we replaced all 3 upper parts of the core support. That includes this piece that goes down and bolts to the bottom. We did not use that bottom piece that came with it because it is a structural piece and it needed cut off and re-welded. And that piece wasn't damaged, so I didn't think there was any reason to do so. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I need to see what size these bolts for the hood are, because we may be able to bolt the hood on. However, I don't have hood prop, so we'll probably have to improvise. Stay tuned. Sheesh. Good God. Okay, so we got the hood on, and I luckily had some bolts that worked for the hood. I had 4 of them, surprisingly. I don't know what they came from. It's hard to tell. But they actually worked, and to get that hood on by yourself is a little bit of a chore. Even though that hood is pretty light, I think it's just aluminum. It's just kind of awkward getting those brackets in place and getting them screwed in. But there it is with the hood on. I haven't even closed the hood to see if it's lined up. I just tried to get that hood on, and we have a broom as our hood prop because, like I said, I don't have a hood prop. I assume that's probably what bolted into here, but when I got the car, it didn't have it. So I'm going to see if they make like any hood struts, like a kit or anything that we can get just to put that on there, so we don't end up having to buy the hood prop and all of that. It's probably cheaper to buy a hood prop, but if we're going to go ahead and do stuff to the car, we might as well get the good stuff. But like I said, if you don't know how to put a hood on, it's literally just 2 bolts on each hinge on both sides. So let me take this out of here, and hopefully this thing will line up. Okay, so the hood somewhat lined up. Like I said, everything's not tight, so we may have to do some final adjusting, like on the hood brackets and everything, but it is lining up pretty good. I may have to slide the fender out up here a little bit, bring it in down here. Let's see over here. Again, may have to bring the fender in and yeah, bring it in just a little bit, and it should fit pretty well over here. Surprisingly, it fits better over here than it does on the other side, considering, like I said, most of the impact was on that side. But that is the car as it sits. So we have the whole front end on, and she's coming along pretty good. Actually pretty stoked looking at this. I'm glad we went with the GT86 front bumper. It's just a little more aggressive than the other one. Actually may have ordered those, now that I think about it. I'll have to go look and see what all's out there, and I think I ordered the tow hook cover as well. So guys, that is what she looks like preliminarily, if that's how you say that. If that's how you say it, preliminarily. Yeah, it's somewhat put together. It's not completely bolted on, but I'm going to end this video here. We're actually going to go down and work on the C6 and try to get that car back together. So I'm going to leave this video here. It's going to be a little, it'll probably be about as long as the other ones because I have to combine this with episode 3. Because of the audio issues, I'm actually using the external mic for this one, so hopefully we don't have all that issue. Hopefully. But that is what she looks like right now, guys. So guys, if you like this build, if you like the FRS/86, if you like all the other builds on the channel, hit that big thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. I think we're close to 6,500 now, and I will see you guys on the next video.